What's up, it's IC, and if ASAP Rocky wants to get his career back on track after flopping with his last album Testing, he's gonna have to release his next body of work very soon. Rocky's been teasing his forthcoming project, thought to be titled All Smiles, for a fair bit of time now, as back in November he dropped the track Sundress, which is presumably the first single off the album. Plus, Rocky's been captioning his IG posts with the phrase All Smiles, and has literally been using a massive smiley face as the center stage at his concerts. Rocky's been hard at work over the past few months trying to build up anticipation for his new release. And that's why I think it's so funny that the thing that ended up most effectively spreading the word about All Smiles was a tracklist posted by a random dude on Reddit. Unsurprisingly, the tracklist was confirmed to be fake within a matter of days, but by that point it didn't matter whether it was real or not, as the hype train for All Smiles had already taken off at full speed. And in the time since then, the anticipation for Rocky's new album has only grown, with one of the main reasons for this growth being an unreleased track that Rocky's been performing live, which I'm going to show a snippet of now.
Hey, if you got a police, put that shit on right now. They call me.
The song, dubbed as Babushka, sounds like Rocky in peak form, and the internet's certainly taken notice, as snippets of the song have already racked up over 200,000 views on YouTube, and that's not even considering the hundreds of thousands more over on Instagram. Rocky's upcoming project is causing quite the stir, and he really can't afford to mess up its release like he did with his last album Testing. With Testing, Rocky had a nonsensical and prolonged rollout that lasted over 5 months, in which he dropped 4 non-album singles that were all met with negative reviews. Although in my opinion, Bad Company's a pretty fun listen, but I digress. Testing's underwhelming rollout did just the opposite of what it intended to do, as it made people go from desperately wanting to hear new Rocky material to feeling like they'd already heard enough from the rapper. And this attitude among fans reflected in Testing's alarmingly low sales, as it only moved a measly 70,000 copies first week, which made people question Rocky's standing as one of the top dogs in rap. The thing is, Testing wasn't a bad album, and it certainly didn't deserve to sell as poorly as it did, but due to Rocky and his team's ineptitude when it comes to promotion, the project flopped. And I know ineptitude is a pretty harsh word to use here, but I 100% stand by my choice to use it. I mean, Testing had a horrible release strategy. For some context, Rocky's previous album, At Long Last ASAP, sold 150,000 copies first week. That means Rocky lost 80,000 first week sales over the course of one album. And it seems like Rocky still hasn't learned from his previous mistakes, as you can see this ineptitude carrying over to the rollout of All Smiles as well, as Rocky's deliberate attempts to promote the album have fallen pretty flat. Take for example the fact that the aforementioned single Sundress hasn't done much commercially in the 2 months that it's been out, as even though it's a quality song and is popular among Rocky fans, it's yet to crack the Billboard Hot 100 and only has 17 million streams on Spotify. Instead of planned promotional tactics, it's been the factors outside of Rocky's control that have been creating the hype behind All Smiles. The fake tracklist was just posted by an internet troll, and Rocky didn't know that the Babushka snippet was gonna blow up like it has. So Rocky's gotten super lucky with All Smiles, as even though he's proven to be a horrible promoter of his own music, his fans have done the work for him this time. And now, Rocky has 2 paths he could go down. He could follow his blueprint for Testing and hold on to All Smiles for a few more months and just continue to tease his fans, which of course comes with the risk of him losing the hype he currently has. Or he could strike now when the iron's hot, which would most likely redeem himself from Testing's horrible commercial performance. Currently, Rocky's got the hype he needs for All Smiles to sell well, and from what we've heard so far, the project also sounds pretty damn good. So now the ball is placed squarely in Rocky's court. Will All Smiles be the album that furthers his descent through the ranks of hip-hop, or will it be the project that silences Rocky's doubters and cements his status as a superstar in the rap game? I'm hoping for the latter, but at the end of the day, that's a question that will ultimately come down to Rocky. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed yourself, consider liking and subscribing so you'll get similar content in the future. And have a nice day.